Scott, we opened Chancey Kanavos Love and Painter 18 years ago.
I remember well.
Did you think we would still be in business?
No, I remember that afternoon at Diamond Lil's when we sat down and talked about it, and I really didn't think we'd be talking to each other 6 months later, let alone 18 years.
Well, we had a few squabbles along the way.
We have.
What do you think's the secret to our success?
I think a couple things. I mean, we've been best friends since the 8th grade, and I think we come from the same sort of working class background. I think, too, we share a uniform commitment to our clients. I mean, you know, we advertise ourselves as the affordable alternative, and I remember the day we came up with that idea to put that on our phone book ad, and I liked it from the start. I think that we provide the people of our community, our friends and our neighbors, and sometimes our family too, with an affordable alternative to not just other law firms, but to going without a lawyer. I mean, let's face it, most of the people in our community work hard, and we're really sort of the children of this community. And I sort of like to think of us as their cousins who just happen to have a law degree.
I think coming from our background has certainly given us an empathy for the clients, and certainly many of our clients do come from working class backgrounds.
I would say so too, and you know, we have a lot more in common with our clients than just that aspect of our background, and that's that you know, I was raised to believe that we've all sinned and come short of the glory of God, and very often what we end up doing in our practice is representing people who've engaged in some small lapse of judgment, or in some occasions some large lapse of judgment. And I think that what they need is an impassioned friend who will give them the very best advice that they're capable of giving and help them navigate through the complex realities of the law. And I think that we both sort of share that philosophy too.
Yeah, I think that, you know, for so many of our clients, it's their first exposure to the legal system when they come into our office, and they're feeling a terrible amount of stress, whether it's a criminal case or they've been in an accident that's left them unable to work, and it's a scary time for them.
Yeah, I don't just think it's us. I think it's true with every lawyer. We tend to see people in the worst 15 minutes of their lives all the time, and I think if we can, through having a solid knowledge of the law, procedural evidence, etc., I think that we can bring a degree of comfort to those people that they otherwise wouldn't have.
Well, they're usually dealing with people who have vastly more resources than they do, and who try to intimidate them.
That's true. I mean, whether it's dealing with a civil matter where you've been injured in an accident and you're going up against the lawyers that have been hired by some insurance company. I mean, our clients don't live in gigantic buildings. The insurance companies do. Likewise, if you're on the other side, the state of Tennessee, imagine the concept of having the state of Tennessee prosecute you for a crime. Well, the entire power of the government behind it to prosecute you for some alleged crime you may have committed.
A few things could be scarier.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Well, I think there's a certain degree of satisfaction that comes from representing somebody who's in trouble, and feeling like you help them get through this bad time in their life and start themselves on the path to something more positive.
Yeah, I know there are some people who might disagree with the idea of this, but I think that it's true. I don't think that you can become a lawyer unless you're actually called to be a lawyer. You've got to love people to your core, and if you don't have the ability to love people, really love them, then you really don't have the ability to help them.
Caring about what happens to your client makes a lot of difference, doesn't it?
I think it's the first step to becoming a great lawyer.
Well, I hope that we've always kept that in mind, and that's a driving principle for us as we go into the future.
I hope it will be too.